Hey guys, welcome back to KB Small Engine Repair. Today we're going to be continuing our discussion from how to start a small engine repair business. That video was a little formal on how to get started legally, the steps you needed to take in order to start a repair business on the legal side of things in terms of getting licensed, things that way with your state, federally, getting a tax license, so on and so forth. Today's going to be a little less formal, things you may or may not have thought about, but things that you can choose to do or choose not to do. And that's what's so great about being a business owner and being able to start your own business is you get to pick and choose how you want to run your business. Things that you choose to do and choose not to do in your business, that is completely up to you. So today we're going to discuss some things that I personally have done in my business that have worked for me, and maybe they'll work for you, maybe they won't. Let me know down below if any of these have worked for you, or if maybe you'll take some of these and run with them and go. The first item on the list is something I probably should have put in the first video. It is something that I feel is crucial, if not required, in starting and opening a small engine repair shop. So let's include this one back into the first video of how to start a small engine repair business. I'll try to put a link to that video right up here if I can figure out how to do that. If not, I'll put it in the description. But insurance. Insurance is critical. You need to have insurance for your business. That's how I feel. Insurance not only covers accidents to you, your customers, to the equipment, but it covers a huge range of things. These are silly examples and you may say, well, that will never happen to me. But if you forget to tighten down the blade on a lawnmower, the blade goes flying off and, chops a little kid's leg off, you'll be covered. If you accidentally forget to put oil on a zero turn, seize up the engine, that will be covered. Things like that. Also, if you, pick up and deliver equipment and you get in an accident, customer sees, you wearing a shirt, or they see a magnet on the side of your truck and they say, oh, wow, this guy's doing business. I'm going to go after his business. Those are things that you want to think about and why you would want to have insurance. So again, I don't do advice. This isn't a legal opinion, but you definitely want to have insurance. For me, I went with Hartford Insurance. You see those videos or commercials all the time on TV for, the small business insurance company, the Hartford buck, that big buck, the deer with big horns on the commercials and stuff. So shop around locally with your local insurance agents. Get a quote from Hartford. Hartford ended up being the cheapest for me, actually. So I ended up going with them. But it's been really good for me. They cover my shop. They cover everything in my shop. Again, this will be personalized for you and for your business. But they cover, my tools, all the equipment in my shop, all the equipment I use for my shop, like my lift, things of that nature. They cover the building itself. They cover, my trailer. I do pickup and delivery. They don't cover my car, per se, but they do what's called a rent. I can't remember the name of it, but basically if I get in an accident, and like I said before, if somebody says, oh, hey, this guy's doing business, let's go after his business, and they sue me and my business, they'll cover all of those expenses. Something along those lines. So I do have car insurance, and my car insurance covers me under my business. So I do have business insurance that way. But anyways, there's a huge benefit that way. Again, it will be personalized for you and your business and what you choose to have covered. But just to give you a rough idea, I pay $1,200 a year, roughly. You can go on a monthly, quarterly, or a yearly plan. So it's roughly, $300 a quarter to pay. So a pretty inexpensive policy, just to have insurance and cover your your bases, just in case anything happens. I've never had to use it, thank goodness, but it's there if I do need it, heaven forbid. But that is something that I feel is critical, just to cover yourself and your family. You know, if somebody comes and sues you and takes your house and everything you own, that would be awful. So let's put that back in the first video, and make sure to get on insurance before you start doing a bunch of stuff. And from here on out, everything I list, take it for what it's worth. This is up to you. This is your business. This is your treasure, your gem. Mold it how you want. Do what you want and have fun with it. I mean, this is all about having fun and doing exactly what you want and how you think it will benefit you in your area and make some money. So next thing that I did, I got a phone with a separate phone number. So starting off, I like to look ahead. So dreaming big, obviously, whether I'm going to have this huge, retail location, I don't know, but I wanted the ability to turn my phone off on the weekend or when I'm on vacation or when I'm on a date with my wife, whatever. I wanted the ability to cut work off and just release my mind of it. So I got a separate phone number that I was going to tie to my business. This was pretty simple for me because I have a cell phone plan that my family's on or my wife's on. And so adding a line with a phone, that I already had, an old phone that I'd used and upgraded, it cost me $5 a month. $5 a month to have a separate line, separate phone number, and not having to worry about, hey, in 2 years when I get big and I want a landline at my retail location, or, when I want to give my phone to somebody to answer calls for me, I don't have to worry about changing all my business cards, to worry about changing all my ads, to all the brochures, all the billboards, I don't do much of that, but it just relieves my mind knowing that my business phone number will be the same from the beginning, forever and always. So that's just something personally that I thought about, that I wanted to do. And so I did it. Started from the beginning, got a phone number, and that's it. Maybe you are okay with taking customer calls on your personal cell phone. Some come in at 9, 10, 11, midnight. Some start calling at 6 in the morning. That's up to you. Personally, for me, I didn't want that. I wanted set hours to take calls. I'm not saying I don't work 12, 14, 16 hours a day. I just wanted to be able to shut the phone off. Shut the phone off, continue working, get work done without being bothered by phone calls from customers. So that's something to look into if you want. That's something that I did. Pricing. How do you set your prices? What are you worth? What are you going to charge? That is completely based on the market pricing in your area. Figure out what other small engine repair places are charging. Figure out what the large retail locations are charging, and set your pricing based on the current market rate. If the big retail locations are charging $90 an hour and you're just starting out, charge less than that, obviously. If you've never worked on a lawnmower, be fair to yourself, be fair to your customers. If you've never worked on a lawnmower before and you want to jump into this to start a new career, and you're learning how to work on a lawnmower by watching YouTube videos, but you've never actually touched one, and you are going to get your hands-on experience by gaining customers, you can't charge $10 less than the small engine repair retail location down the street who hires master service technicians or gold certified technicians or whatever. You can't do that. That's not fair to your customers. You're not being true to yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with your customers. That will be the best advice I can give you to build your business, to grow your business exponentially. And now, having said that, if you've worked for a dealer and you are super knowledgeable, and maybe you are a master service technician, maybe you're not. Maybe you just have a lot of knowledge. You've been in the field for a while and you're just saying, hey, I don't want to work in the dealership world anymore. I want to go start my own business. Great. Then you can charge a little bit less than them. You do have all that knowledge. Go ahead and charge less than them. What I'm saying is base your prices off the market value, but you need to be fair. What I did when I started, I called around, found, 3, 4, 5 small engine repair places within a certain area of my location. And I, in some cases I priced my services the same as some of these other locations. And in a lot of instances, I was slightly less, whether that was 99 cents less, whether that was $5 less, $10 less. That's how I did that. Especially starting out, you want to be less because people will come to you if you're less and if you're quicker. If somebody calls you up and says, hey, how much does it cost for a tune-up? How far out are you? You say, I'm $64.99 and I can have it done in 3 days. They call the next person and they're $72.99 and they're 3 weeks out. Guess what? Boom, you just got that customer. So pricing is relative to your area. So you need to do some research and figure out what the market value is. And one more thing on that. Don't just think, a lot of my prices for my services are set. So I have a price for a lawnmower tune-up, for a valve job, for a, engine rebuild, for this and that. But I also have a set hourly rate, and that's for the odd jobs. Something that comes in that, could vary hourly, or, that I haven't necessarily done before, or that could take longer depending on which machine it's on. And that is an hourly rate, but you need to be fair. Again, you need to be fair and honest with your customers. If you get a new machine in that you've never worked on before, and it takes you 30 minutes, 45 minutes to take, to get to some bolt that you've never seen before, but really it should have only taken you 10 minutes to get to that bolt, but you were spending 15 minutes on YouTube trying to find a video of it, or spending 20 minutes online trying to find the manual. You can't charge that customer for your incompetence. Now, I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm just saying you can't charge that customer for your learning. Now, I'm not saying you have to work for free, and I'm not saying every minute needs to be, focused on wrenching on their machine. But what I am saying is you need to be fair and realize what's actual work and what is, trying to figure out what you're trying to do, if that makes sense. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a difference between them bringing in, an engine with, a seized something, and you spend an hour trying to torch or, whatever the process you use to try to get something unstuck. Absolutely. You charge them that entire time because that's not your fault, that the lack of their maintenance is causing you extra time to have to remove something to get to what you're actually trying to work. So there's a difference there. If you have trouble understanding that, let me know. I'll try to explain that a little bit better. But so just try to charge fairly. Like I said, if you're brand new out of the gate and you get your first machine in and it takes you 3 hours to do a lawnmower tune-up, a push lawnmower tune-up, and you charge the customer 3 hours, there's a problem there. And if you don't see that problem, let me know, and we'll get through that. But I think you understand, and I hope you understand. And again, I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm not trying to talk down to anybody. I'm trying to help you. The whole purpose that I'm starting this and doing this is I want to help. If I can help one person, then my purpose is done. So I'm sharing this information with you because I wish I would have come across something like this when I started. So again, I tread lightly here, but I do this simply to give information. So pricing, you kind of need to figure that out on your own. But credit card processing. Do you want to take credit cards? Do you want to be cash, check, Venmo? Credit card processing, I felt in the beginning, I said, absolutely. Credit card processing, I'll take. Most of my business will be credit cards. All I use is a credit card. It's convenient. Nobody uses cash anymore. I would prefer not to take checks. So I personally thought credit cards would be crucial. I did tons of research. I checked out Square. I checked out my local banks. I checked out my local credit unions. I looked several places online. And then I came across Costco. Costco has a credit card processing company called Elevon. And as an executive member, I'm an executive Costco member because that's where my family does our grocery shopping. We spend a lot of money there. So I'm an executive member because we get cash back, yada, yada. Anyways. And as an executive member, there's some benefits there. So I looked into that and put together a huge pro forma, did a big Excel spreadsheet, and ran all the numbers. Square, 2 different credit unions, my local bank, some credit card processing company online, and Costco came back the cheapest. They do have a monthly fee, but their credit card rates, I just off the top of my head, it's like 1.9%. Even with if you've looked into credit cards at all, even with the points cards, American Express with the points, that kind of things, it's like 1.9%. Again, they do have a monthly fee, but with my research and spreadsheet and whatnot, for me it still came back cheaper. So if you want to take cards, if you are going to take cards, look into Costco. It's panned out for me. Now, like what I said, I thought that was going to be a huge part of my business. It actually has not been a big part of my business. I shouldn't say a majority. Most people just assume, I don't know if it's because I'm new, if it's because I work out of my home shop. A lot of people don't even ask if I take credit cards. They'll either pay me by cash, check, and then from the very beginning, they said, hey, do you have Venmo? Can you take Venmo? I didn't even know what Venmo was, but I'll take whatever payment is necessary. I said, if you show me what Venmo is, I'll take it. So I opened up a Venmo account, and probably 80% of my payments have been over Venmo. So Venmo has been huge for me. I do still take quite a bit of cards. So it is necessary for me to keep that account. You may say, well, why don't you shut it down if you're paying a monthly fee? I do still take quite a bit of cards, and with the average ticket that I run, it's still beneficial to be with Costco versus paying, can't remember what Square is, 2.9% or something like that. So credit cards, something you may want to consider to decide if you want to take credit cards in your business. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to do cash and check only. That may work for some people. Just make sure to tell your customers beforehand that that's all you take, because a lot of people still do not carry cash, or they don't carry their checkbook around with them. So before they come to your shop, before you go to their house to drop it off, just let them know that you only take cash or check. That way they are ready to pay your invoice. Next, warranty work. Do you want to take warranty work? Do you want to be a warranty center? This is completely up to you, and there's a lot involved with that. I'm thinking about doing another video on that, actually, kind of how the process is in that, what it takes to be a warranty center, what kind of warranty work you can do. But that's something to think about. It definitely brings in more work. There's a lot more work involved with that as well. So it just kind of depends on which avenue you're trying to go down. But it is definitely something to think about. And you may think, well, can I be a warranty dealer for Briggs and Stratton? They're going bankrupt. Is there going to be any Briggs and Stratton work out there? Should I be an MTD warranty center? Do I need to buy a lot of parts for that? Again, I'm going to go over a video for this, but one thing that came to me, somebody that came to me this year actually, was Coleman Power Sports. I don't know if you have a Tractor Supply near you. I think it's pretty nationwide, but Tractor Supply sells a lot of Coleman Power Sports equipment, mini bikes, go-karts, generators. They came to me this year and asked if I would be a warranty center for them. They first called and said, hey, I have a customer in your area. They need this fixed. We'll pay you whatever you need. We just need it fixed. I said, yeah, sure, bring it by. We'll send you all the parts. I fixed that, and they said, great. Do you want to be a warranty center for us? Actually, we've got a lot of equipment in your area. And I said, sure. So I'll get into that in another video, but something to think about if you want to take on warranty work. And again, that's all up to you. Once again, this owning your own business is great. You can do whatever you want, take it whichever direction you want to. So, Chamber of Commerce. Do you have a Chamber of Commerce in your area? What is the Chamber of Commerce? Do you join the Chamber of Commerce? I have joined the Chamber of Commerce in my area. They have built a little traffic catcher website for me. They've put my business name on their website. They've allowed me to put up, they have these little ladder sign. They call them ladder signs up around the city. It's kind of like a mini billboard. It's a 36 by 72 inch sign on the side of the road. I've been able to put one of those up. And then this year, due to the pandemic, they had a huge grant that they were giving out. I applied for, and I was actually awarded a grant. Cost me $50 to join the Chamber of Commerce, and I've gotten all these benefits. And it's really got my name out there. I've built great relationships with other companies, which has brought in more work for me. So maybe something to think about in your area, maybe something to get involved with, maybe something to look into if you're into that thing. Again, this is completely up to you. I'm just giving you ideas, things to think about when starting your business. Maybe this will help you get started. Maybe it will help you boost business if you've been in business for a while. Maybe it will help explode your business if you're just looking for that extra, gap. So I joined the Chamber of Commerce in my area. It's been tremendously helpful and something to look into. Last item that I'm going to discuss today is pickup and delivery. Do you choose to pick up and deliver equipment for your shop? Again, that is completely up to you. Push mowers, some lighter tillers. Well, I guess it depends on what your setup is, but you'll more than likely need a truck or a vehicle that can pull a small trailer. If you can put some ramps on the back and put a lot into a truck, I guess. I personally drive a Tacoma, and I put a lot of equipment in the back, like push mowers, tillers, stuff like that. And then I do have a small trailer that I tow around for riding mowers, zero turns, some of those heavy tillers, things like that. And then when I'm running out for a big pickup run with several mowers, several different items. So work with what you have. I'm not saying go out and buy a big truck or buy a big trailer. My point in that was if all you have is a pickup truck, you could probably, I've seen it before, you can probably get a riding mower in the back of a truck if you have the right ramps. So do with that what you will, but pickup and delivery, it's been huge for me. I don't think I would be where I am without offering pickup and delivery. And that's solely because I am kind of in a rural area, and a lot of people have riding mowers, bigger snow blowers, things like that. But for whatever reason, don't have trucks or trailers, and they have no way to get the equipment to me. So by offering pickup and delivery, I have gotten a tremendous amount of work. It's probably, it's hard to put a number on it, but probably 90% of the work that I do, I pick up and deliver. So it's been huge for me. Maybe your city's different. Maybe people can bring it to you. Even with push mowers, though, I pick up a lot of push mowers. People don't want to put a push mower in the back of their Lexus. People don't want to put push mower in the back of their Kia. It doesn't matter if you have a nice car or not. People don't want to put a push mower in the back of their car, even with the seats down. It just doesn't. They're heavy. They're stinky. They get grass clippings. The gas might leak. They don't want to scratch it. They don't want to drive down the street with the trunk open. There's a lot to it. People just don't want to do it. So pickup and delivery may be an option for you. If it is, I'd consider it. But again, that's completely up to you. And do you charge for it? Again, that's up to you. Maybe you do it free pickup and delivery within 5 miles. Maybe you do it within 2 miles. Maybe you charge, $1 a mile. That's completely up to you. But pickup and delivery has been huge for me, and I would look into it. But again, completely up to you. I hope this video has been helpful. These are things that I've thought about that I currently do. Everything that we've talked about is something that I've done, and it's been helpful for me, which is why I chose to share it with you. So whether you've thought about it, whether you're doing it, whether you choose not to do it, that is completely up to you. Let me know in the comments if you find this helpful, if there's anything that I've missed that you think about that would maybe help me out, or if you think these are bad ideas, good ideas, whatever. Put them in the comments down below. I'm curious what you guys think. So hopefully this has been helpful. That's all I'm trying to do. And if there's any questions I can answer for you or anything like that, put them in the comments below. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.